Next car, you see Jeff Green go by. There's Brett Bodine, Jeremy Mayfield. There is their 11th place car, Jimmy Spencer, in a backup car. I think we've told you that enough today. There's Darrell Waltrip. And 31, Mike Skinner, the second round fastest qualifier. He is currently in the 12th spot. There we see Skinner. Lowe's Home Improvement Chevrolet.
Remember, John Andretti was a lap down a while ago, but he's back on the lead lap now in the 13th spot. About 9 3/4 seconds behind Jeff Burton.
And Mike Skinner had been a lap down too. He got it back, and so did the next car, which is the car number 81 of Kenny Wallace. He is now in the 14th position. Or did he get by John Andretti for 13th?
He's 14th. Jeff Bodine, again, another car that got his lap back on the a couple of caution flags ago. There we see Jeff Bodine come off the corner. He's in 15th position. These cars are 96-1. Several cars racing laps down. There we see Ernie Irvin come in the Skittles Pontiac. He is the last car on the lead lap in 16th position.
So there you have all of the cars that are on the lead lap currently, as Jeff Burton is pulling away from Jeff Gordon. He's lengthened the interval from 2 seconds on lap 236 to almost 3 seconds on lap 240.
But you can see that Burton, how consistent he is. 4 laps at 22.6 and 1 at 22.7. And those last couple of laps that Jeff Gordon ran, 22.8, 22.9.
So can Jeff close in and make it another win here at Richmond? Well, right now, Jeff Burton says, no, I'm the best car out there. We'll come back with more live coverage in just a moment from Richmond International Raceway.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Let's get ready to rumble!
Let's get ready to rumble!
Rumble. Let's get ready to rumble!
Accept no invitations. Take La Jolla Chavez. Ultimate Revenge. Friday, September 18th. Live on pay-per-view. Call now to order.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Brought to you by Budweiser, the undefeated king of beers.
This is no ordinary leather jacket.
Because when you put it on, you're not just saying you're a NASCAR fan.
You're saying you care about kids. Buy the Exide NASCAR Select battery in 1998
and get the special 50th anniversary NASCAR jacket for just $150.
And on behalf of NASCAR fans everywhere, Exide will donate all profits to Give Kids the World Foundation.
The special edition 50th anniversary NASCAR jacket. Look for details wherever Exide NASCAR Select is sold.
Nice jacket. Nobody loves cars more than I do. Each one is a work of art. So when the maker of all these chose a new antifreeze, it got my attention.
General Motors now uses the deck school technology of Haviland Extended Life Antifreeze in virtually all its new vehicles. The same patented formula you can use in your car for 5 years or 150,000 miles. So do what GM did. Switch to Haviland.
I use it in my car. I only wish this were it.
Competition won't be able to explain when the only 4-door rookie in NASCAR starts blowing their doors off. Maybe they should get more doors. Ford Taurus.
Welcome back to Richmond, where Jeff Burton leads the Exide NASCAR Select Batteries 400. He's got some clean track ahead of him and clean track behind him. There's almost over a 3-second interval back to Jeff Gordon. We've had 4 different winners in the first 4 short track races of 1998. Never have we had 6 different winners in 6 short track races. So we may be doing that this year as Jeff Burton is leading this 5th race. Of course, the short track season ends in a couple of weeks at Martinsville. Talk about short track racing. Here's a perfect example.
I see Rick Mast in 75 car, Ted Musgrave in 96. Came off the corner, Rick Mast just rubbing up beside of him. Watch this as Sterling Marlin sees this. And that's what cuts those those front tires down, or any kind of tire down. When they go up and rub against that sheet metal, if there's any kind of jagged metal there at all, it will cut that tire. And Jeff Burton is pulling away again a little bit each lap. He's now over 3 1/4 seconds in front of Jeff Gordon.
There are 148 laps to go, down to Bill Weber.
And crew chief Frank Stoddard just told Jeff Burton you're 3.4 seconds ahead of the second-place car. Now, Burton's Exide Ford is running extremely well. Remember, we told you they missed the air pressure adjustment on the right front tire and has not affected the performance of the machine. In fact, the only thing that's not working perfectly on that car is Burton's radio. He can hear the crew, but communication from driver to crew is very scratchy. They've changed radios, and they have discussed a hand signal procedure in case the radio goes out.
Meanwhile, there's some battles still raging on the racetrack. Kevin LePage, Bobby Labonte, and Bobby Hamilton. Those back 3 cars are on the lead lap and going for position.
LePage trying to pass Bobby Labonte for 4th on the outside. Looks like he has the position. LePage in the blue and yellow, number 16, up on the outside. Now he has Steve Grissom right in front of him. Ricky Rudd down on the inside. Those cars run side by side, so there's not really anywhere for those cars on the lead lap to go. See Bobby Hamilton right there with him in the 4 car.
Uh-oh.
Oops.
Grissom slipped just a little bit. And that allowed that Bobby Labonte get on the inside. And now, Kevin LePage is hung on the outside.
That allows Bobby Hamilton to go to the inside of LePage. Four rookies going for Rookie of the Year honors are in this race, and that's where they're running. LePage is 5th, Irwin 8th, Nadeau 22nd, and Steve Hart 29th.
So Kenny Schrader tried to drive by both these cars on the outside. There he goes in the corner on the outside of LePage. Unfortunately, Kenny is going to run across the 41 car of Steve Grissom, just like LePage did.
Grissom is in 17th position, 1 lap down.
Now here comes LePage once again, back on the inside of Hamilton. As their Food Line onboard camera looks back at these guys. Page has a good race car, doesn't he?
They aren't too far behind the 3rd place car of Rusty Wallace. Even this side-by-side racing.
Less than a second. Show you an interval leaderboard here as Jeff Burton crosses the stripe and Jeff Gordon passes the stripe 3.28 seconds later. Looks like the fastest car on the track.
And he's running on the outside of Kevin LePage now.
And those guys are 1st and 2nd.
Isn't that something?
Fastest.
That is amazing. I don't think I've ever seen that before in my life. That is amazing.
Yeah, most of the time that'd slow you down about a 1/3 of a second a lap, but didn't for them.
Now Ricky Rudd, we see up there just a moment ago, racing beside of Steve Grissom, has just backed off and let these cars go because Rudd had a brake problem early on. He's 15 laps down, so certainly doesn't want to impede the progress of the leaders.
Jeff Gordon with the fastest lap that last time around. We'll check it again. Still about 3 1/4 seconds between 1st and 2nd, and Bobby Hamilton gonna rank number 1 this lap, it looks like.
Tell you what, he's going to show Bobby Labonte that he is the fastest car.
Got some teammates doing some pretty good racing back here, Irwin and Jarrett.
Yeah, they've been going at it for about 15 laps.
What's it doing right now?
And Hamilton challenges Bobby Labonte for the 4th spot, and Hamilton gets it.
Oh, he went in the corner and just goes to the top of the racetrack. Looked like something had broken. He goes to the top so quickly.
He said, man, I had worked so hard to get that position, but he still can be able to keep it, looks like. You wonder, as hard as they've been racing here, have they been using up their tires, making them a little bit hotter than they would if they were running in single file. But they're still catching Rusty Wallace.
And that last lap, Jeff Gordon had the fastest lap.
Bobby Labonte has not had good finishes on short tracks. His win, of course, in 1998 has come at Talladega. John?
I want to go back to what Ned was just talking about the guys racing a little bit too hard side by side, heating up the tires a little bit. That's exactly the problem with Kevin LePage. Radioed in and told him, I think I've heated up the tires a little bit too much. So they told him to kind of back off, take it easy, maintain his rhythm, and then if the tires will cool a little bit, the car will come back to him. Now, they told me before the start of the race, they said, hey, we've got a really fast race car. It didn't show it that way in qualifying, but believe me, it is fast. The one thing they were worried about, they were sharing a pit with Jeremy Mayfield at the start of the race. That concerned them, but since the start, we've had those cautions. Some cars have fallen out. Jeremy has moved to Robert Presley's pit, so that freed the 16 team up to have this pit stall all by themselves, and they think they're good to go to the end. In fact, they're hoping for a career best finish for Kevin LePage tonight at Richmond.
John Andretti and Mike Skinner are trying to decide who should be in 11th, and Andretti is the man right now. Here is Jeff Burton, who, remember a few laps ago, he had a 3 1/4 second lead on Jeff Gordon. Not anymore.
No, he doesn't anymore. It's a little over a second and a half. Bill Weber, we had reported, check this AutoZone on-track interval. 3 seconds to 1.7, gained 1.3 seconds in just 5 laps. And check it now. Jeff Gordon, every lap at 22.9. You think Ray Evernham isn't a happy camper right now when he can look down and see that driver running the same speed every lap?
And all of Burton's laps were over the 23 seconds.
Ray Evernham looks, as usual, very calm and collected. Talking to Jeff on the radio here at the end of 270 of 400 laps. We'll be back with more in a moment from Richmond International Raceway.
It looks bad, real bad, but it's not a lost cause. Bring your wreck to High Tech. High Tech Auto Body, Muller Lane, Newport News. The one-piece unibody construction of today's vehicles requires a specialized machine to get your car back in shape. High Tech Auto Body has that device and the experience to use it, and you can rest easy knowing that all bodywork receives a lifetime warranty from High Tech Auto Body.
High Tech Auto Body. High Tech, not high price.
The Money Crunch can make life unbearable. It can make you feel like everything is closing in on you. But there's a way to beat the Money Crunch. Put your house to work for you by refinancing. One call to Tidewater Mortgage Services and you'll see how easy it is to save money every month. Mortgage rates are low and you should call now. Get more out of life. Just call Tidewater Mortgage Services at 422-9500 and say goodbye to the Money Crunch forever.
On film, I told Coach is pretty good in person too.
They're very good, but there's a couple of ways you could beat that Florida attack defense. First of all, you run right at them if you get Nebraska's team. But if you don't have Nebraska's team, you get in the shotgun and you'll throw the ball all over the place. Tim Couch in the shotgun, Hal Mummy calling the plays. Florida will be challenged by the Kentucky shotgun offense.
Well, I think this game is very evenly matched. You look at both teams.
Thursday game night is on. Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. Eastern.
Bob Jenkins, Ned Jarrett, Benny Parsons, Bill Weber, John Kernan, and Dr. Jerry Punch back at Richmond International Raceway here in Henrico County, Virginia. The Pennzoil copter cam flying around in the crystal clear skies over the speedway tonight. And the 16 and the 2 now are battling for 4th position. Bobby Hamilton has taken 3rd, so this is the battle for 4th.
Go by. And you see LePage trying his best to get that spot away. And Kenny Schrader also coming up. Not too far behind Rusty Wallace as Rusty loses 4th. Goes back to 5th. And Bobby Labonte as well.
Kevin LePage's best finish in NASCAR Winston Cup racing was at Bristol. He finished 10th, so he is on his best performance of the year so far. On board with Bobby Labonte, who's now 7th. The leader, meanwhile, begins to encounter some traffic. Brett Bodine is ahead, and Michael Waltrip to the left of Jeff Burton.
Brett Bodine is running in 29th. That's 2 laps down.
This is working for Jeff Gordon's advantage because we showed just a moment ago that Jeff Gordon was 1.7 seconds behind. He really hasn't gained that much. But now Burton clears himself of the traffic, and now Jeff is just about 1.25 seconds behind. Bill Weber?
And Benny, a couple of things that contributed to Burton giving up that lead. First thing is they told him to save your car. You're ahead by 3.5 seconds. Frank Stoddard telling him to think about your car. The other thing is just 3 or 4 laps ago, he radioed in, the car's a little bit loose off. They're having tremendous difficulty hearing Burton on the radio. 2 or 3 guys have to agree that's what he said before they acknowledge the transmission. So Burton is a little loose off, but he's also protecting his race car.
Jeff Burton so far has led 128 laps.
That's about how many more laps we have to go in this contest.
Rusty Wallace and Ken Schrader. Rusty is now 5th, Ken 6th. And Schrader goes to the inside, tries to pick up the position.
Rusty's car not quite as good as it was earlier. Oops. Slipped a little bit coming off the corner. An indication that the handle's gone away a little bit on it.
Rusty has led 103 laps, most of those in the very early going. Schrader takes over the 5th position. Doc?
Asked Robin Pemberton what's the problem with the car. He said, really, it's not loose and it's not tight. The car is just sliding all over the racetrack. Rusty hasn't been able to describe exactly what it is, but we can see it from here. The car is just sliding all over the racetrack, in and out, and obviously it's costing us a lot of time each lap.
Loses another position to Bobby Labonte.
So Rusty moves back to the 7th position.
He was 3rd not too many laps ago.
Pretty good ways back to the next car, which is Kenny Irwin, who's back in 8th spot. Jerry Punch, got something else for us?
Rusty says it must be a tire. It must be a tire. So the crew now jumped up on the wall, and maybe he's going to come down pit road. He's actually turning the steering wheel almost a half a turn in the corner. And he said it's really, really, really loose. They're discussing it here in the crew whether they should go ahead and bring him in. He would be able to make it the rest of the way on this being their final pit stop. There's only be one more stop anyway for the lead cars. But if he pits now in the green, he obviously would go a lap down at least. But you can see he's just trying to hang on. A moment ago, he ready and said, I'm pushing this steering wheel a lot in the corners, but right now, he looks pretty consistent holding on to the top of that steering wheel.
It's Rusty's 450th NASCAR Winston Cup start, and here is Kenny Irwin in the 28th, and we ride along with Mark Martin. Kenny is 8th, and Mark is 9th.
Last time we saw Kenny Irwin, he and Dale Jarrett were running side by side, but Martin's been able to get by Dale Jarrett, and now he's trying to work on Jarrett's teammate. Looking back, our Circuit City onboard camera at Mark Martin.
Pull up on him in the corner and get a nose under it, but just can't pass as he comes off of the corner. Now he got a pretty good run.
Just a little bit of contact there. We saw the smoke. We've seen that. Oh, and there's Rusty Wallace on pit road.
You saw him peel off and head down to pit road. Jerry, he's making his way slowly to you.
Well, 40 miles an hour, and what they think it might be is another right front tire maybe going down for Rusty Wallace, Billy Wilburn, and the entire crew waiting to go over the wall. Very, very lonely place to be on pit road here, but the one good thing for Rusty, he can make it the rest of the way now. This should be his final stop. Right front tire going off. He will go ahead and probably change all 4. Yes, here they come to the left side of the car. Earl Marvin, 1 pump, 2 pumps on the jack. Left front tire going in. Billy Wilburn has the
making the challenge on Burton here on the 291st lap. He cannot make the pass, however.
Well, he don't have to make the pass right now. He's got 109 laps to make the pass. And they have about a 5-second lead on the third-place car, so he's led a lap. He has those 5 bonus points. But if I can take the lead, I might as well go ahead.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to do it.
Yep.
Well,
Jeff has led 10 laps tonight, but Burton will not relinquish the position without a battle.
Yeah, Burton hangs on.
I think Burton's running exactly in the tracks that Jeff Gordon wants to run in. Slight little bump.
Here he comes again.
He's trying it, but he just can't get that grip on the bottom of the racetrack. We see him fall back behind Jeff Burton.
More from Bill Weber.
Well, we talked about how this is a multiple through racetrack, and guys will spend a certain portion of this race looking for the throughs. Well, while Burton has been leading, that's also what he's been doing, coached by his crew and his spotter. He's found a groove he likes, but obviously, as you guys pointed out, Gordon's pretty happy in a similar groove. Now Jeff again looks inside, but can't get by the 99.
See, they're off the bottom of the racetrack, up a lane, and both cars, I would say that if Jeff Gordon were in front right now, he'd be running in exactly the same place that Jeff Burton is running.
Yeah, he's going to try to stick the nose down there. Couldn't quite do it.
And again, they're not losing ground to the third-place car, Bobby Hamilton, staying about the same, as a matter of fact.
Just a little over 103 laps to go in this 400-lap race. The Exide NASCAR Select Batteries 400. It's been a good one. Right now, it's Jeff Burton leading Jeff Gordon.
Synthetic motor oil. Even at 35 degrees below zero, nothing outperforms Mobil 1.
Some things are obvious from the start. Like, things turn out better when you work together. That's why the UAW International Union and General Motors Corporation got together to create programs to improve skills and safety, to educate, to promote teamwork and build better quality cars and trucks. Assembly line to finish line. Teamwork wins.
It's the Colts and the Patriots on ESPN Sunday Night Football. Peyton Manning against Drew Bledsoe. ESPN Sunday Night Football. Coverage begins at 8:15.
Now that sounds like a great game. I don't want to miss it. Whether it's on the network or the net, it's ESPN. Log on to ESPN.com. It's your gateway to sports on the internet. Get a total fix anytime you log on. Plus, read Vitale, Gammons, Mortensen. Get scores, updates, breaking news, and get smart fast. ESPN.com. Log on today.
Richmond International Raceway is the scene of the Exide NASCAR Select Batteries 400, being brought to you by Mobil 1 Synthetic Motor Oil. Nothing outperforms Mobil 1. By UAW International Union and General Motors Corporation. Assembly line to finish line, teamwork wins. And by the EverStart battery, all the cold cranking power your truck, car, boat, or mower will ever need. Available at Walmart. Kevin LePage has a problem. John Kernan is there.
Well, it looks like a routine pit stop. However, it is anything but routine. Just a couple of laps ago while we were in break, Kevin radioed in and said something blew up. Says he think he blew up the rear end because he had just had an extremely bad vibration. So now they're checking the rear. The the tire around just to check and see. So now they're telling him to let's go. He's going to go behind pit wall with him.
Well, he had an outstanding run while he was out there. Now, Rusty Wallace lost 2 laps. However, he's just gotten one of them back, and the 99 and 24 are still battling side by side for the lead.
And we've got all this traffic right in front of them there. We see Ted Musgrave, Kenny Wallace. Thought maybe Jeff Gordon might have him that time, but now the guy that picks the right lane for the traffic is probably the guy that's going to come out in front. As Sterling Marlin is right in front of Jeff. Jeff, you might not be in the right lane, but he can't go high because Jeff Burton is there.
Looking back from Sterling Marlin's car.
And Jeff Gordon has the lead.
And Jerry has the tire off Rusty's car.
Guys, take a look at this. This is the right front tire off Rusty Wallace's car, number 2. Now, what the crew has told me was that this tire basically has delaminated the rubber from the radial carcass by virtue of a cut. They cut the tire, and that started the process on the inside, and it basically has separated from the radial carcass beneath this. I mean, the tire is not flat, but it was starting to come apart a little bit by virtue of having been cut on the racetrack. So you may ask, well, how about too much caster, too much camber? Look at the wear pins. The wear pins indicate that was not the case. It simply was a cut that caused the rubber to come off, and Rusty probably wouldn't have made it another lap.
Well, he does again drop now 1 lap down. He's running in 19th position. Rusty Wallace, the pole sitter for this race.
Now, if this race stays green, the others have to stop during green flag. Well, then, you know, that's putting him back in pretty good shape.
Kenny Wallace trying his best to stay on the lead lap. As we watch the Tabasco hot zone, and Jeff Gordon gets by him.
Kenny is in 14th position, so now there will be just 13 cars on the lead lap.
As we saw Jerry Nadeau slow down to make the pit stop for the Cartoon Network automobile.
He was running in 20th position.
See Kenny Wallace pumping those brakes, trying to get that pedal build up. Here comes the second place car, Jeff Burton.
Seventh place battle between Mark Martin and Dale Jarrett. John has more on Kevin LePage. John?
Bob, Kevin is pulled it into the garage area, and here's the rear end gear. They're going to replace the rear end gear and get it back out.
Tough break for Kevin.
Yeah, he was really running good. Got himself up in the top 5, had a great race car. There's Steve Grissom going by both Dale Jarrett and Mark Martin. He just came in out of the pits not long ago, so he has new tires on his car.
Steve is 3 laps down in 29th.
Well, those new tires sure make a difference, don't they?
Not as much here as they did at Darlington last week, but they do make a big difference. We've already seen that it made a half to 3/4 of a second a lap difference.
Wally Dallenbach down to the right of your screen, and here is Kenny Wallace now making a pit stop after going a lap down.
Kenny Wallace pulls to his pit stall. They will make a chassis adjustment for tire stop and fuel. All these teams will be able to get to the finish under green flag conditions. They won't need to come back to pit road. They swing around to the left side. Kenny will get his left side tires, packing full of fuel, and he'll be on his way in the Square D Ford.
Jeremy Mayfield coming down pit road. Mike Skinner is in the pits as well. So is Derek Cope.
Here comes a Napa Field summary for you. Points position changes. Nobody in the top 5 changing positions.
And you see Jimmy Spencer has gone a lap down. He is in 12th position.
Jeff Burton moves up a spot. Mayfield down a spot. Jeremy has not been in the ballpark practically all weekend. He's 2 laps down now in 22nd position. Did not qualify well and is not racing well tonight.
Ever see Mike Skinner, the Lowe's Home Improvement Chevrolet? He just made a pit stop, put on 4 fresh tires, so he should be able to drive by these cars.
Yeah, he'll blow them right off. Dave Marcus is in the pits now in the Realtree Chevrolet.
So we are going to start seeing pit stops by the leaders before too much longer. They were last in on lap 207. Right now we're on lap 317. Back with more from Richmond International Raceway in a moment.
It starts here. It starts here. It also starts here and here. And it all starts right here at Walmart, home of the EverStart battery. All the coal-cranking power your truck, car, boat, or more will ever need. Power you can count on when you need it most. And since it's at Walmart, you can also count on a good price. EverStart. The name says it all.
I'm loose. Coming in, guys.
Look! Bill's in trouble.
Don't worry, Bill. We'll take it from here. Here!
Where can you always find a fast and friendly drive-thru crew? Did somebody say McDonald's?
Nobody loves cars more than I do. Each one is a work of art. So when the maker of all these chose a new antifreeze, it got my attention.
General Motors now uses the deck school technology of Haviland Extended Life Antifreeze in virtually all its new vehicles. The same patented formula you can use in your car for 5 years or 150,000 miles. So do what GM did. Switch to Haviland.
I use it in my car. I only wish this were it.
Screaming, pointing, and praying are all acceptable ways for a NASCAR fan to show their support. Now, there's another. Drink accordingly.
Just exiting pit road, making what would be his final scheduled stop for the day. They made an adjustment in the track bar and some air pressure to try to tighten the 24 car up. The Kodak Chevrolet also pitting. They did not have radio communications. They had NASCAR to black flag Bobby Hamilton, letting him know they needed him on pit road.
Well, we did have others pit stops. Jeff Burton came in for a stop.
Mark Martin, Dale Jarrett were in.
Kenny Irwin was also in.
Right now, Jimmy Spencer is the leader of the race.
He has not pitted, obviously, because we saw him go a lap down just a few laps ago.
And Jeff Gordon has come out ahead of Jeff Burton, so when Jimmy does have to make a pit stop, Jeff Gordon will be the leader of the race. Right now, he's second.
I don't know if he will or not, because we've seen so far tonight, Jeff Burton on fresh tires is a little quicker than Jeff Gordon. It's after they run about 70, 80 laps that Jeff Gordon seems to be a little faster. So right now, and Jeff Burton is not that far behind.
Down to Bill Weber.
And that could be an advantage because they've got less than 80 laps to run. So if Burton's car is better on a shorter period of time, the fact they waited to pick could help them. Here's something else. Burton's crew has 4 tires ready to put on that car. But since they knew this was going to be their last stop, they changed the set just before Burton pitted. They wanted to get a better set, a better match on the car for this final run. They also made an air pressure adjustment, and Jeff Burton is running Jeff Gordon down.
Yes, he certainly is. He is within a car length and closing in, looking to the bottom of Jeff Gordon.
Here he comes off the corner. He's there.
Now remember before on new tires, he was a good bit faster than Jeff Gordon. Had run a long time before Gordon was able to come back up there and challenge him.
He pulled out to about a 5-second lead on Jeff Gordon, as a matter of fact. And then Jeff Gordon started coming back ever so slowly. But now this is working to Gordon's advantage. If he can just keep Burton down there for a little bit. Oh! Burton came off the corner, and Jeff Gordon said, I think I better back off the gas.
So Jeff Burton does take the lead, and another battle rages between Bobby Labonte and Kenny Irwin. This is for the 8th position.
Still there.
John has a report on the 28 car.
That 28 car has been really good all night long. In fact, they haven't made any adjustments since the last pit stop. They took on only 4 tires, sending back out a pretty good pit stop with Kenny Irwin Jr. He was running 18 time. Jeff Bodine also took on 4 tires. No adjustments for him. He had worked his way into the top 10.
And Irwin's teammate, Dale Jarrett, is also right there.
Now, all of these cars are a lap down right now as a result of Jimmy Spencer not having made a pit stop yet. Mark Martin just passed Jimmy Spencer, or I think he did, and got back on the lead lap.
Just a couple of laps ago, we see Bobby Labonte, the Interstate Batteries Pontiac, trying to get on the inside of Kenny Irwin. Little contact, and wow, Labonte got the thing sideways.
Sure did. Nice save by Bobby. Here is Jimmy Spencer, who is on old tires, but nevertheless in the lead by about 7 seconds. But look at the difference between old tires and new tires.
Once again, it's 3/4 of a second. We compared these tires earlier on 200 laps ago, and at that point, it was 3/4 of a second.
And caution, Earnhardt is stopped on the racetrack, and you're going to see a mad scramble back to the start-finish line here as Dale Jarrett and Kenny Irwin trying to pass Jimmy Spencer, but Bobby Labonte might be the only one that'll be able to do that before they get back to the start-finish line. Bobby Labonte does get back in the lead lap.
But everybody else will stay a lap down, including Kenny Irwin, John Andretti, and others.
I wonder now what the leader's going to do. Are they going to stop?
What's the caution for to begin with?
Earnhardt's car stopped.
Oh, yeah. Earnhardt stopped on the backstretch.
Pay attention, Bob.
I will.
As a matter of fact, I guess... There's Earnhardt's moving again.
Yep.
Well, that's interesting.
Well, what are they going to do? Here comes Spencer, obviously.
Oh, yeah, he's going to stop.
What about the 24? Is he going to stop? The 99? They're coming right the pit road. Are they going to stop? No, they rode by.
Down to Jerry.
But one car that won't make a pit stop and got a huge, huge break comes down pit road now with the big no bull on the hood. We told you the story earlier. It's a backup car, the same one he used in New Hampshire, but had a top 15 finish. And now Harold Stott will clean the windshield. Donnie Wingo and the crew have already changed right side tires. Now coming to the left side of the car. Now also the car number 2 comes in. Rusty Wallace, the break for him, as well as the 6 and the 18. Spencer is away. Now the 2 car, right side tire. Remember, Rusty Wallace had that car problem with the right front tire twice tonight. It will come in and now get fresh rubber. And this car was very, very good on fresh tires. We're continuing on up pit road on the car number 18 of Bobby Labonte as they completed the change there. Here is Rusty down and away. The 6 car out. Let's check in with John Kernan. Dale Earnhardt had radioed into his crew and told him the reason he stopped on the backstretch, apparently an ignition problem. The engine just quit. I saw him come down very slowly down the front straightaway just before that, before he got around to the back. He said he got stopped. He switched ignitions, and finally he got it to fire up. Here's Bill Weber.
Waiting for Kenny Wallace to come down pit road. This caution saved him. He believes he has a flat right rear tire and was going to pit that time. Instead, the caution came out. Wallace stayed out, limped around the track, now pulls it into his pit stall. They will go to the right side first, jack it up, put on the right side tires. Then they'll check and see if they want to change the lefts because they just put on the left side. So Kenny Wallace saved by the caution. He gets 4 tires, and of course he has plenty of fuel to reach the finish.
Just 67 laps to go in this 400 lapper at Richmond International Raceway. Jeff Burton and Jeff Gordon running first and second.
At Plank Road, we don't do everything well. Fortunately, beer is something we do well. Ice House, thanks and enjoy.
A demonstration of Big A's quick service. And now a closer look.
That'll work.
For fast service, go to the pros.
Even at 475 degrees, nothing outperforms Mobil 1. Mobil 1 0W30. Superior protection when you start your car.
I left my heart. And that's my song. And I've sung for kings and queens and 7 American presidents. It's wonderful to have everybody recognize you. Will shine for me.
Beautiful, Mr. Bennett. But if you're going to write a check for these CDs, I still need to see some ID.
Use the Visa card that automatically deducts from your checking account at the millions of places Visa's accepted.
I left my ID in,
San Francisco? The Visa check card. Works like a check, only better.
Who's that, Grandma?
That would have been your great-uncle Floyd. About 65 years ago, he was playing hide-and-seek with his friends. And they never found him.
If you're gonna play to win,
Nobody found me!
play to win. If you're gonna have roast beef, have roast beef. Hardee's tender roast beef, specially seasoned, oven roasted, fresh slice to order.
You're gonna go? Go all out!
Still under caution here at Richmond International Raceway. Well, tomorrow at 11 o'clock Eastern Time on ESPN, join Chris Berman and the gang as they preview all the games and stories on NFL Countdown. If you missed any of the action, you get a chance to get a recap of the week's NFL games at 7:30 on NFL Primetime. That leads you right up to ESPN's Sunday night matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the New England Patriots. Then Monday Night Countdown at 6:30 on ESPN prepares you for the Showdown on ABC Sports. Monday Night Football this week features the San Francisco 49ers, against the Washington Redskins. ESPN and ABC, the exclusive home of the NFL in prime time. We'll sneak in another quick break here as we continue to run under caution. Back in just a moment.
Ever built, and they would stretch from our factory in Ohio to the deserts of California. But in 28 years, we've never built one like this. The first ATV with ESP, push-button electric shift program, full digital display, and our most powerful engine ever, the Honda Foreman ES. We've just added something new to a very long line.
Available at Casey Cycle City, J. Clyde Morris Boulevard, Newport News.
Can get competitive here at Sports Center.
So Charlie says you're maybe the 50th best heavyweight.
In the world?
In Georgia.
But when there are differences, we keep it in the family.
So Carl started drinking a little bit. And then he was going on and on about he and Mrs. Met. I mean, nasty stuff. Nasty.
And keeping it in the family has made our family stronger.
Charlie, come on out and get your whooping. Charlie, come on out. Stop it.
Hey, Mr. Science. Ever wonder what a hard-working engine goes through? It gets the high rev, and I drove over the mountain because it was their guts kicked out of it. With abuse like that, you don't want to take chances. This is Quaker State 4x4, a synthetic blend for hard-working engines made by guys with more college degrees than they've had dates. It's been tested. For pure maximum protection, there's nothing better. I wouldn't lie to you. They're not paying me enough. Quaker State, sensible technology. What more do you need to know?
Ursus Arctos man, grizzly bear, about 1,200 pounds. Try and act confident. Show your teeth and snarl. It should trigger his flight instinct. If that doesn't work, walk directly up to the bear and box him on his ears.
Are you a forest ranger?
No, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night.
We are back under green flag conditions here at Richmond International Raceway. 341 laps are now completed. The leader of the race is Jeff Burton, with Jeff Gordon running second. However, there are some cars up ahead of Jeff Burton, including John Andretti and Kenny Irwin and Jeff Bodine and Ernie Irvin. And those cars are on the tail end of the lead lap.
We saw Ernie Irvin stay in front of the leader. Oh, almost some contact. There is some contact right there. And Jeff Gordon goes in the lead.
Stay with it. Got one looking inside. You're clear, though.
That should have been a major catastrophe there.
And Jeff Gordon chose the right lane, and he's now in front of Jeff Burton by a couple of car lengths.
And Ted Musgrave is between them.
Meanwhile, Ernie Irvin just will not give up. He wants to stay in the lead lap. Does he have enough car? Looks like he does. Looks like he does. He does stay in front. Oh, little bump from Gordon.
We asked the question at the beginning of the show, when is this freight train going to derail the Jeff Gordon train? Well, it's still on track tonight. Here's the Bud race recap. Jeff Gordon is the leader. He has only led 28 of the 344 laps. We've had 21 lead changes in one of the most competitive races that we've seen all year. 6 caution flags for 52 laps. And the average speed a little over 93 miles an hour.
And just a lot of great side-by-side racing like we're seeing here right now.
Here is the long list of those who have led a lap. Jeff Burton has led the most laps, 100.
Whoa, Mark Martin and Dale Jarrett gets hit from behind and spins. Mark Martin almost did coming off the turn.
No caution. It'll come out. Stay with it. All clear.
And it's going to allow several cars. Jeff Burton retakes the lead, and here comes the 96 car.
Caution is out.
Caution is out. Get him now.
And Ernie Irvin is going to get lose a lap.
Not going to get the lap back. John Andretti and Kenny Irwin did get their laps back.
And one reason they threw the caution flag, and I really applaud NASCAR for doing that. The smoke going out in turn 1 was so heavy that if the cars had come off the corner, racing down into the corner, I don't think they would have been able to see properly, so NASCAR threw the caution flag. Great call. Now that smoke, you can see all the smoke, it's dissipated about 10 times what it was before.
All right, here we go again with the replay. Gordon and Burton battling for the lead.
Oh, a little contact, more contact.
Now the leaders are all on pit road.
And
here's the situation with Dale Jarrett on the inside of Rusty Wallace. Now Mark Martin, watch Mark. Comes there, you see, and he just barely clips Dale Jarrett, and down to the inside he goes.
Meanwhile, Burton is in. Here's Bill.
Jeff Burton has already got his right side tires. The left side tires are on. A quick stop. He's on his way. John Kernan.
Left side's going on for Kenny Irwin. No adjustments. No adjustments. Waiting. Now he goes a very fine. Let's go to the 24 pit, Dr. Punch.
A very quick 4-tire change for Jeff Gordon. No adjustments whatsoever. He is down and away. Likewise, Bobby Hamilton has been in the Kodak Chevrolet, and the quality care crew now waiting on Dale Jarrett after that car looped around twice to bring out the caution flag here as we are working lap 348. 52 laps remain here at Richmond International Raceway. Back with the conclusion after this.
This is no ordinary leather jacket.
Because when you put it on, you're not just saying you're a NASCAR fan.
You're saying you care about kids.
Buy an EXide NASCAR Select battery in 1998
and get the special 50th anniversary NASCAR jacket for just $150.
And on behalf of NASCAR fans everywhere, Exide will donate all profits to Give Kids the World Foundation.
The special edition 50th anniversary NASCAR jacket. Look for details wherever Exide NASCAR Select is sold.
Nice jacket. You change your oil every 3,000 miles, right? You don't, do you? You push it. Now you're so busy you try to squeeze another 1,000 miles out of your oil.
or more. Well, squeeze this. To do it yourself when you have the time. Reformulated Quaker State. Protection beyond 3,000 miles under any driving conditions. Anybody say insurance? It's been tested. And unlike that lazy uncle nobody really likes to talk about, it works. So go get some. Quaker State. Sensible technology. What more do you need to know?
What is the pan to the one, the only Pizza Hut pan pizza? It's the steel hug that gives each pizza the confidence it needs to be great. It's 360 degrees of constant support for thick crust and tons of toppings. It's an iron wall that captures every aromatic essence of a pizza. The Pizza Hut pan, it's priceless, but the pizza it holds for a short time is unbelievably just $8.99. And that unheard of price, it goes for a Supreme or up to 3 toppings too. Amazing. Pizza Hut, the best pizzas under one roof.
I did a great deal of research on the automobile. I looked at the Honda Civic, Ford Probe. I always came back to Hyundai. It's a great car. Perfect on the road. Great pickup. It handled wonderfully. I love the design of the Elantra. It's sleek, classy, car of the 90s.
Right now, you could get an Elantra for just $8,999.
It impressed me completely. Take a test drive and experience it yourself.
ESPN's Speed World coverage at Richmond International Raceway. We are under our 7th caution period of the evening as the field gets lined up for the restart. This is what brought out the caution.
Well, Bobby Labonte back there makes some contact with Mark Martin. That there, we see the 6th car, Mark Martin. I think he's going to get just a little bump from Bobby Labonte. When he straightens the car up, he goes up and taps Dale Jarrett in the left rear, and DJ nails the gas, trying to keep the car under control. This is on board with Mark Martin. Just watch and listen.
And from Bobby Labonte's on board.
Chain reaction deal. Okay, green flag is waving again. Here we go.
Jimmy Spencer and Ernie Irvin did not come in, so Spencer is the leader of the race, and Irvin is at the tail end of the lead lap. Rusty Wallace is second, Bobby Labonte third, Mark Martin fourth, Jeff Burton fifth, and Gordon is sixth. And the 24 are mired back here in traffic.
With 4 fresh tires, that's one advantage. Rusty Wallace battling with Spencer for the lead. Here's come Mike Skinner on the inside.
Trying to go 3 abreast in there. Look there, they're going to try to come on that turn 3 abreast.
Wisely, Rusty Wallace, I think, backed out of the gas and said, this is not going to work, and you're right. And here comes Bobby Labonte on the inside. There's Labonte trying to go by Rusty Wallace for second.
Here comes Jeff Burton. The 31 of Mike Skinner is not on the lead lap.
Well,
maybe
yeah, well, yeah, if he passes Jimmy Spencer, he will be.
Oh, Labonte and Rusty Wallace. And look at Jeff Burton on the inside. 3 abreast. Labonte backs out. Listen, guys, go in the corner. Wisely. And look at Burton. He's going somewhere now. Now here comes Jeff Gordon with those 4 fresh tires. And once again, they're 3 abreast. Now, Jeff Burton again going 3 abreast. Watch as he comes off the corner and turns that thing. He's on the inside. Oh, he gets banged. Rusty, but he saved it. He saved that car.
I don't know how he did it.
Unbelievable.
Well, let's see. He's still right on the back bumper, Burton.
Well, this is
Saturday night racing at its best.
It is. He was completely sideways, saved it, didn't lose a position.
And now here's Jeff Gordon trying to drive on the outside of Rusty Wallace. Remember last time he passed Rusty Wallace on the outside? Don't lose the horse.
Relax, PP. It's only a race.
I was going to pass him on the inside. He remembered what happened the last time.
So Jeff Gordon now moves up to third. It's still Spencer, Burton, Gordon, and then Wallace.
And once again, they're going to try and thread now. Burton says, I don't like that three abreast too good.
Ernie Irvin trying to hang on to the lead lap. He is in 12th position.
And Mike Skinner, as you can see, pulled away from Spencer, so he is in 11th at the tail end of the lead lap.
That's for the lead, the 99 and 23.
Here comes Gordon.
He's going to make a three abreast? No, that won't work.
Now he might.
That's going to be inside of Spencer as Spencer slides up the racetrack.
And Jimmy Spencer falls to third as now Jeff Burton has the lead and Gordon is second.
Okay, now he's going to try to put Ernie a lap down.
Ernie running in 12th spot.
Burton has the pressure tires. Ernie's been out there a while on his.
Meanwhile, there's the ball. Bobby Labonte gets sideways and spins right up in front of the field and slams in the wall.
He was unable to save it. He hit the wall big time with the back end of the car.
Now can you put the tires on this thing?
The caution waves once again for the 8th time tonight.
Got a lot of damage to the rear of that Interstate Batteries Pontiac. It's amazing the thing will even pull. Right.
You know, he crashed going in turn 3 and the wreck started off turn 2. That's amazing how hard he hit after going that distance.
Scrubbed off a little speed, but still hit very hard. Here it is again.
There we see he's on the inside of Spencer, and looked like Rusty Wallace might have made some contact with him. And here goes Labonte. And somehow Rusty goes through all this. All these cars somehow get through this.
Now Rusty and Bobby Hamilton, Mark Martin all coming in the pits. As we watch again here.
Now from Mark Martin's car.
He sees a lot of smoke, but it dissipates pretty early. Let's go to the pits, Jerry.
Rusty Wallace, one of the 3 cars that did not pit on the previous caution flag. Now they've gotten 4 fresh tires on. He is down. Likewise, Mark Martin goes by at the end of pit road, and Bobby Hamilton exiting also with a 4-tire change.
Bobby Labonte, meanwhile, takes off the steering wheel, lowers the net, and obviously is not a very happy race driver at the moment. He was running in the top 5 when contact with Rusty Wallace sent him into the outer wall in turn 3.
I don't ask for directions when I'm lost, and I don't read the instructions when I'm putting my kids' toys together. And I don't need help fixing my car. My friends, they go to Napa, where they get this expert advice from ASE certified professionals, which is great for them. They weren't born with the mechanical ability I was. If I can install a satellite dish, I can fix my own car. Honey, where's the duct tape?
Didn't use AC Delco rapid fire spark plugs? They'll give you quicker throttle response and smoother idle, no matter what you drive. AC Delco. If you're not asking for it, you're asking for it.
You change your oil every 3,000 miles, right? You don't, do you? You push it. Now you're so busy you try to squeeze another 1,000 miles out of your oil. Or more. Well, squeeze this. To do it yourself when you have the time. Reformulated Quaker State. Protection beyond 3,000 miles under any driving conditions. Anybody say insurance? It's been tested. And unlike that lazy uncle nobody really likes to talk about, it works. So go get some. Quaker State. Sensible technology. What more do you need to know?
Flip Log Day 19. Traveling the circuits of NASCAR.
Darlington, Daytona, Talladega, Charlotte. The drivers, the cars, the action, bumper to bumper, mono-y-mono at speeds of over 200 miles an hour, with us covering every heart-pounding, adrenaline-pumping moment at the incredible speed of over
35 miles an hour, as fast as it goes.
What? It's a good thing they keep going around in circles.
Welcome back to ESPN Speed World coverage from Richmond International Raceway. A caution on lap 363, the 8th of the evening.
And Bobby Labonte going on the inside of the 23 car. Jimmy Spencer gets clipped from the right rear quarter panel by Rusty Wallace, and around he goes, spinning the wrong way, really backs it hard into the wall.
Riding on board with Bobby Labonte. Oh, man, this is going to hurt. Oh, I knew it was going to hurt. It hurt even more when those cars clipped them as they were going by.
Yeah. Well, they are cleaning up the racetrack. Oil dry is being put down, so we're going to be under caution for a few more laps. We want to see the exciting conclusion, so we'll take one more break.
At Cooper, we put our tires through some rigorous testing to assure they're among the strongest around. Cooper, your next set of tires.
GEX, the area's Cooper tire store with locations in Hampton and Newport News, featuring free mounting, free computer balancing, free air valves, free rotations, and free flat repairs on every tire sold. Look to GEX for your next set of tires.
Why is everybody buying their car audio and security at Discount Auto Sound?
Rockford Fosgate BTR 82 8-inch box is $99.95. Add a Kenwood CD changer to any vehicle, your choice, $349.95. Head units and changes, your choice, $499.95. Alpine navigation system, $1999.95. Viper security system with remote start, $299.95. Top brands, newest technology, all in stock. MECP certified installation staff and lifetime installation guarantee. Discount Auto Sound, 3 locations. Buy where the winners buy.
The Colts and the Patriots on ESPN Sunday Night Football. Peyton Manning against Drew Bledsoe.
This Peyton Manning impresses me. He comes from a great lineage of quarterbacking talent.
What is he, a racehorse? Lineage? Who uses the word lineage?
His father was a quarterback.
Ah, put a sock in it. My father was a terrific dancer.
What's your point?
Can I dance?
What? Can I dance? With who?
ESPN Sunday Night Football. It all begins with NFL prime time at 7:30.
We are a half a lap from the green flag. Jeff Burton is the leader of the race with Jeff Gordon running in second. Ken Schrader is third. Jimmy Spencer is fourth. And John Andretti is fifth. Now, John Andretti started up front, got a lap down, but has come back to run again in the top 5. They're not going green this time, so let's go to John Kernan.
In the garage area with Bobby Labonte, who's already changed clothes. Bobby, okay?
Yeah, a little sore right here, but when the rearview mirror come flying at me, I thought it hit pretty hard. But I guess we just gotten wrecked back there on the back straightaway. Kind of know what happened, but that's part of it. Saturday night racing. This Interstate Pontiac ran good. These guys did a great job. I think we're in the top 5. Right there at the end. So it's a great little battle, and at least I was able to run pretty good on this track. It's kind of had me a little bit the past couple years. So we just had a good run, but just didn't end up that way.
Bobby Labonte finished 34th here a year ago and finished in 8th position in the June race. Well, it looks like Kenny Irwin has a tire rubs. Understand he and the 43 car had an encounter.
So looks like he's going to pit road. Yes, he is. Oh my goodness gracious! Now they still aren't going green.
Nope.
They got such a mess trying to get these cars lined up. See them back there 3 abreast?
Yep. Here's Kenny in the pits.
Take your time.
Look at that right front. That's what they're trying to fix. Where the right front was rubbing the tire.
We're on 1 to go, guys.
Changing 4 tires.
Hey, Robbie, who are we going to go behind?
He relinquishes the 6th position, but he's only going to drop to 10th because there are only 10 cars on the lead lap.
Last car, 1 lap down. Last car, lead lap.
Don't forget, tomorrow we have more auto racing for you here on ESPN. It begins with RPM today at 12:30 Eastern Time over on the Deuce. Then the Memphis 200 from the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series at 1 o'clock with Dave Spain. And at 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, the Kart FedEx Championship Series heads for Laguna Seca. And the Grand Prix of Monterey featuring the Texaco 300.
I tell you, those Craftsman trucks are just about as good as NASCAR has on the Touring Division right now. Of course, it's going to be pretty good. These are the last 29 laps. Green is out.
We have had 24 lead changes tonight, the most on a 3/4 mile track, 25 in February of 1991. Up front, Jeff Burton in the 99, Jeff Gordon in the 24. Looks kind of familiar, doesn't it?
Yep, it sure does. Darlington last week.
There's Darrell Walters' Tabasco car. Gordon is going by. Meanwhile, Schrader, outside pole sitter, right behind Jeff Gordon.
Kenny Schrader's had a great run tonight.
Jimmy Spencer, 4th place car.
Reddy is 5th, and back in 6th position is Rusty Wallace, who has persevered through some ups and downs this evening. He's in the 6th spot. Right behind him is Mark Martin in 7th, Bobby Hamilton 8th.
Bob, I'm sure that some fans will wonder, well, he said Rusty Wallace was 2 laps down one time after he made a green flag pit stop a little bit early. But when everybody else made great green flag pit stops, that put him back. And we mentioned that it would once they made those green flag pit stops, so it put him back on the lead lap then.
See Mike Skinner back there. And once again, I got to get a call for Skinner because he was a lap down. He's fought hard. He's back on the lead lap, running in 9th spot.
Jeff Burton will pick up to 5 bonus points for leading the most laps here tonight. The total is 178 and counting.
Oh, Dale Jarrett and Chad Little get together off of turn 4.
And once again, Jarrett spins, and there is no other car involved. No caution as of yet. If Jarrett can get the car rolling, he will not bring out a caution, and that is the situation.
He's had a tough night.
Yes, he has. That's a second spin for Dale tonight.
Here comes Jeff Burton. There comes Jeff Gordon.
Less than a second interval between 1st and 2nd, and then just a matter of car lengths. Back to 3rd place, Ken Schrader. Stay with us. This thing is far from over.
Mark, if you're at the airport before my 8 o'clock flight, maybe we can talk. Otherwise, it's over.
Come on. Come on. I'll start. Oh, no. That battery.
No matter what my customers drive, they depend on AC Delco batteries. They last up to 30% longer.
I'm sure they do. Just give me the generic equivalent, okay?
AC Delco. If you're not asking for it, you're asking for it.
One official Major League Baseball, $9. New ball, $9. New ball, $9. New ball, new ball, new ball, $9. New windshield, $100. 62, priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. Official card of Major League Baseball and believer that records were made to be broken.
Who's that, Grandma?
That would have been your great-uncle Floyd. About 65 years ago, he was playing hide-and-seek with his friends. And they never found him.
If you're gonna play to win,
Nobody found me.
play to win. If you're gonna have roast beef, have roast beef. Hardee's tender roast beef, specially seasoned, oven roasted, fresh sliced to order.
You're gonna go? Go all out.
Can Jeff Burton hold on for these final 19 laps and win his second race of 1998? Stay with us and we'll find out. Right now, his advantage over Jeff Gordon is just a little more than 1 second or that much on the racetrack.
I think his caution flag lap that we've had has played into Jeff Burton's hands because we've seen that for 40, 50 laps, he has been a little bit better than Gordon. It's after that period of time that Jeff Gordon was able to make up the difference. So I don't know if there's enough time left with 17 to go for Jeff Gordon to catch up.
Here comes Schrader and Andretti and Mark Martin. Those cars running third, fourth, and fifth. And the last couple of laps, Mark Martin has been the fastest car on the racetrack. A reminder that ESPN Sports Center is coming up after the conclusion of this race. Sammy Sosa gets number 30. Also report on the U.S. Open.
60.
I'm sorry, 60. And how about Florida State, huh?
Come on, Wolfpack. How about that? North Carolina State Wolfpack, huh?
A complete report coming up on Sports Center.
We got 30 home runs coming up.
Well, it was half of 60.
Oh, I see.
Does that explain it?
Yes, certainly. I understand it perfectly. It says a lot for me.
Here comes Mark Martin.
You can see some damage on the 43 on the left rear quarter panel there as Mark tries to make the next pass and leaves some changes in the points here. Jeff Burton's going to move up a couple of positions.
Now the field summary shows you that Bobby Labonte, because of that incident, is going to lose 2. Andretti moves into the top 10.
Terry Labonte will lose a couple of spots. Bobby Hamilton, with his great run, will go gain a couple of spots. There's our leader. 1 second. 1 second to lead. I'll keep an eye on that, folks, and just see if Jeff Gordon was able to start closing in on Burton.
We've got 12 laps to go.
Last time it was 107. This time it was 0.9. He gained 0.17 of a second. Jeff Gordon did that last lap.
And that's plenty. If he can gain that every lap, then he's got plenty of time to catch him. Well, we've seen this picture before.
This is a very familiar scenario.
Never seen Mark Martin closing on the back bumper of Kenny Schrader. That's a battle for third spot. And we see Jeff Gordon. He's now closed 0.15 of a second that time and was the fastest car.
He ran a 120.1. Burton ran a 119.3, almost a mile an hour faster.
Signal is given to Jeff Burton. 10 laps to go.
Lost a little bit more that time. It's 0.66 now.
There you see it as they go by Dick Trickle driving in relief for Todd Bodine.
And here comes Mark Martin to the inside of Kenny Schrader as they wrestle for third.
Mark, we see 0.52 seconds. Half second back is Jeff Gordon.
He is closing in with 9 laps to go, and Martin and Schrader almost collide.
Boy, they're battling hard for that third position.
John Andretti is watching all of this.
4,200 now.
10th of a second a lap.
There are 8 to go, and he may need only 4 if he keeps it up at that rate.
Of course, catching him is one thing and passing him is another.
They're running 2 entirely different grooves.
We've just got about 3 minutes of racing left, folks. Don't go away. Gordon is now within just a few car lengths of Jeff Burton. It's down to a third of a second.
And now Jeff Burton has moved up the racetrack to the same groove that Jeff Gordon was running.
A head-to-head duel coming up between Jeff Burton and Jeff Gordon. 6 to go. It's 0.24 of a second.
Ken Burton said, we want to win one in Virginia. Come on, let's win one in Virginia. They're both from South Boston, down the road about 60, 70 miles.
Here's Gordon looking to the inside with 5 to go.
See the bumper cover on Jeff Burton's car. Someone has hit the back of it because it's waving in the breeze. Oh, Burton gets a thing loose as he comes off the corner.
Gordon got a run on him.
It's given him an opportunity to get to the inside of Jeff Burton off the corner. Burton maintains the advantage. Boy, Jeff has given it a great battle.
Both Jeffs.
Yes.
When you say Jeff, you cover it all there, don't you? Gordon's beating him right there off the 2. Got a run on him.
Once again, Jeff Gordon tries to move alongside Burton. It's been a clean battle between these two. 3 laps to go.
That's exactly what I was thinking, Bob. How clean it is.
Now, right here is where Jeff Gordon is beating Jeff Burton. But on turn 4, Burton is beating Gordon. That might be where it'll really count, because that's when they come to the start-finish line.
Here's Jeff again to the inside. Burton.
Well, that time.
Through. They're almost side by side. This may be where Gordon passes.
He's got to run, but he can't use that momentum off the corner. Burton comes back.
Great battle.
Gordon had to back off coming off the turn.
White flag coming out. Will it be Burton or Gordon at Richmond? 1 more lap to go. Gordon in behind Jeff Burton. Gordon heads for the inside, coming off corner number 2, down the backstretch. Jeff Gordon pulls alongside, but Burton inches ahead as they move through the 3rd and 4th corners. They're coming to the line for the win. It is Jeff Burton winning over Jeff Gordon. What a great race.
Wow. Martin driving up, congratulating him.
Mark Martin made a great drive to finish 3rd.
And look at Kim. 2nd win of 1998 for Jeff Burton. He also won in New Hampshire, his 5th career win and his 2nd on a short track. Burton wins at Richmond.
Your day just never seems to start until you make one important stop.
How's it going? Good. How you doing?
Doing good now. Did somebody say McDonald's?
What a day. Couldn't be better.
Please, don't drive drunk.
The Exide NASCAR Select Batteries 400 on ESPN Speed World from Richmond is being brought to you by AC Delco Automotive Parts. If you're not asking for it, you're asking for it. By Quaker State for protection beyond 3,000 miles under any driving conditions. And by Daytona USA, the ultimate motorsports attraction. Jeff Burton is in victory lane. Here's our McDonald's Winner's Circle interview with Dr. Jerry Punch.
And a moment ago, he climbed out of this car, stood on the roof, and this crowd in Virginia went nuts. Jeff, congratulations. What a finish.
I got the money's worth tonight. That's a hell of a race with Exide Ford. You know, I need to thank Jeff Gordon, first of all. He drove me real clean. And we worked together all night getting through some traffic. Traffic was really hard. And we took our time with each other all night. And I want to thank him first because he drove me real clean there at the end. These guys did a hell of a job in the pits all night. We picked up spots every single time. We beat the 24 out of the pit every single time, and that's huge because we all know how good they are. Big win for us. You know, it's the Exide race. And come here, Art. Come here, Art. Come here. God, it makes it possible right here. It's the CEO, Art Hawkins, CEO of Exide. And I'm going to get in.
Oh, they're going to douse him with Coach as they are celebrating in victory lane. Let's go back to Bob.
Take a look at the results here of this race here tonight, which was one of the best we've seen in a long time. Burton not only wins, but leads the most laps. That's the reason for the double yellow arrows. The other yellow arrows indicate those who led at least one lap. Just competitive racing all night, side by side, sometimes 3 abreast. And Jeff Burton has beaten Jeff Gordon and the others here at Richmond International Raceway. Now the point standings. 204-point advantage now for Jeff over Martin, 308 over Jarrett, and 475 over Rusty Wallace. And as you can see, Ken Schrader moves up a position to 9th, and John Andretti moves into the top 10. But don't forget, tomorrow, RPM today at 12:30 Eastern Time on the Deuce, the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, Memphis 200 at 1 o'clock here on ESPN, and then the Kart FedEx Championship Series from Laguna Seca at 3 o'clock here on ESPN. Don't forget, SportsCenter is coming up with all the major stories from the world of sports. Coming up in just a few moments. Stay with us for that. Well, again, our congratulations to Jeff Burton, who has won over Jeff Gordon, Mark Martin, Ken Schrader, and John Andretti. Kim Burton and the entire team celebrates Jeff win here tonight. The final interval was just about a half a car length. Burton in victory lane for the second time this year. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.
Those moments when the camera captures the unexpected, the unusual, the wonders of nature.
That's
the
him.
Thrill of victory.
I'll tell you, that very well could be.
Even the agony of anguish.
Man, this will be his first bass of the morning. It's a good
the
fish,
most
boy.
prized,
Fell all over
the bass
side.
and blooper.
I tell you the truth.
So here you have it, Bassmasters, the prized piscatorial outtakes and high water marks of the Bassmaster video files. For sure, tournament trail fishing is a serious business for the Bass Pro, but who won't chuckle as world champion David Fritz performs the Fritz Flip, without a doubt, our video prize of all time, captured by Bassmaster cameraman Amos Posto. Truly amazing is that the wireless mic in David's pocket doesn't short out, and we'll let you listen as he struggles to get back in the boat. With no landing nets permitted in BASS competition, there's many a possible slip between the hook set and getting a bass safely in the live well. There's the most mentioned slip. A keeper-sized bass slides out of Jim Bitter's fingers, and with it, the Bassmasters Classic World Championship. There's a story behind that story. How many times have you heard the fisherman say, that bass almost jerked the rod out of my hand? Well, it can happen, as Jim Nolan shows us, thanks to a video clip from the Bassmasters' Tim Miller. But that's only half the story. I'm Bob Cobb. Don't go away. Besides looking back into our library of laughs, we'll have some how-to tips from the pros on how you can catch more bass.
So many fish. So little time. That's why Kmart and the Bass Anglers Sportsman Society have joined in an exclusive partnership to give you the know-how and the gear that can be the difference between fishing and catching fish. BASS and Kmart. We're talking serious fishing here.
For over 30 years, Bass has been teaching anglers how to become better bass fishermen like the pros. Get this powerful know-how and more as a Bass member. You'll receive 10 issues a year of Bassmaster magazine and 11 other exclusive benefits. Call now and I'll send you this free tackle pack, Hank Parker's Vampire Lure, Berkeley's Power Craw and Trilene Line, and the Winning Secrets of the Bass Pros book. Join now at the special anniversary rate of only $1.25 a month. Call 1-800-501-6334.
All right. If you're looking for comfort, Jersey's has it. If you're looking for clothing that's easy to care for, Jersey's has that. And if you're looking for more styles and colors than you've got fingers and toes, well, we got that too. Can you believe it? That is what you want, isn't it? Jersey's. That's with a Z.
You get big bites with the Excalibur Super Spook, a walk-the-dog wonder that is the Zare spook of all time. This
And that's the strikes you'll get with the Excalibur Spitting Image. Simply the best-looking, most versatile topwater lure ever.
Catch 'em on top. Super Spook.
Spitting Image. Pop-R. Spit. What?
The no net rule. Perhaps the best gift a Bassmaster's cameraman could wish for. When Ray Scott outlawed landing nets in Bass Angler Sportsman Society's pro tournaments, he put the word sport into the competition and an element of video drama. As any pro will testify, there's a tough business decision to make when faced with hand landing a mean-tempered bass with a face full of treble hooks. With no nets allowed, the pros make adjustments. There's the swing 'em over the gunnel method, demonstrated by O.T. Fears.
Number 1.
O.T.'s technique of jerk 'em in the boat works for him. This Oklahoma-based pro captured the BASS Superstars Championship on the Illinois River. As All-Pro Gary Klein shows us, the trick to landing a bass with the rod is to get the fish headed toward the boat and keep it coming up and over the side. But as Bassmasters TV commentator Tommy Martin calls the action in the '92 Classic, it can backfire.
Denny Brower has a fish on under a dock, working the fish out. Looks like a pretty good fish, too. Denny gets this one in. This will be his first bass of the morning. It's a good fish. Boy, it fell all over the side. I tell you the truth, the bass hit the deck and went over the side and went back into the lake. And it's just something that you rarely see happen. But, man, what a costly thing to happen this early in the morning is Denny Brower.
Thanks, Tommy, for that memorable moment in our Bassmasters files. Such misfortune prompts pros like David Fritz to use a wear-em-down strategy. Watch David's technique, as Tommy Martin calls the play-by-play.
This fish could be the clincher. Could be the fish that will just propel him right into the winner's circle at the Bassmasters Classic. It is a big one. Fish came to the surface
This is
and
the
boiled.
fish I need right here.
Again, David's leading the fish around the boat, doing everything within his power to not let that fish get off. He's going to try to wear him down. Those old largemouth are strong right at first. They don't have a lot of endurance, but they're really strong. You've got to wear them down before you can get your hands on them. The worst thing he'd try to do is get the fish up too quick. Well, he circled the boat one time, and he's wore him down. He's bringing him up. See if he can get his hands on him. He's got to be able to get his hands on him. Of course, again, he's trying to keep his hands away from that crankbait, too. David
There
has
he
the
is,
fish.
right
There
there.
he is. That's him. I'll tell you, that very well could be the clincher to put David Fritz in the winner's circle at this year's Bassmasters Classic.
With his classic victory, David Fritz earned quick respect, and others follow his lead him around the boat style.
Well, you hook 'em. Often you land 'em. But sometimes you lose 'em. Bass 1, angler 0. So with no nets allowed, do you try to grab 'em? Or trust your partner to get a lip lock on a lunker largemouth?
Yes.
You might try this method used by Zell Rowland to corral a leaping lunker with treble hooks in its jaw. Zell calls it the belly lift. Or do you just trust your luck and yank him in the boat?
Oh, no. Oh, was that a terrible boat flip or what?
Okay, how do you handle a no-net rule? After searching our Bassmasters file, we think David Fritz has the best, if not the most unique, technique.
Hang on, that's ready, guys. You ain't ripping this, are you?
I will never forget this, guys. I will never forget this.
Yeah. Get the motor down. Damn, that's round. That's good. All right, let me.
I've let it rain through work. Oh, God. Hey, he's still there. He's still there. Oh, no.
You ain't filming this, are you?
From now on, we'll just call you Drip Dry David. Stay tuned. The Bassmasters treasury of tape highlights will continue with our all-time greatest bass and hook sets.
Thanks for the truck, Dad.
What'd you do?
Not much.
Where'd you go?
Kurtz?
You still talking about moving that old barn?
No.
The best long-term quality of any full-sized pickup belongs to Chevy.
Got a scratch?
No.
Chevy, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road.
Chef Paul of Bowman's makes the best steaks in town, the Herald. Chef Paul is the maestro of marinade, the Herald. Chef Paul's reputation is built on his marinade alone, the Herald.
Chef Paul's secret ingredient is actually A1.
Chef Paul questioned about missing assistant, the Herald. The secret to great steak isn't just for great steakhouses anymore. A1, a marinade, a seasoning, a 136-year-old secret.
Cleaning that mess is a breeze with the lightweight Dirt Devil Vision Vacuum. Available through this exclusive TV offer. One look and the Vision's difference is clear. No messy bags. It's power you can see. The Vision actually picks up more dirt than the best-selling Clean Air Upright. And it's the world's most maneuverable upright thanks to its swivel glide casters. The Vision's patented filtration system even removes microscopic particles. Plus, the 16-foot Haida hose puts everything within your reach. When you're ready, the dirt container is easy to remove, empty, and put back. And the exclusive motor guard system protects the fan and motor from larger items that might get picked up along the way. So for power you can see, get the Dirt Devil Vision. Nothing escapes the power of a Dirt Devil.
Get the Dirt Devil Vision with power you can see. Order now for free shipping and handling. Call 1-800-762-5555.
The hook set, the moment of truth for the bass angler. Get a good one and most time you nail the bass. Same applies to catching a bass on camera. Getting the hook set puts you, the viewer, right in the action. There's no cue card when it's going to happen, but our Bassmasters crew has a knack for being in the right place, as here alongside Larry Nixon.
Oh my gosh, look at the size of that bass. Oh, baby, stay pegged. Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
That big bass is worth $108,000 and earns the second of 4 Megabucks titles for Larry Nixon, the first $1 million winner in Bassmaster Tournament Trail history. And the Bassmasters' Tim Miller caught all the action as Denny Brower battles a bass in the 1992 Megabucks, en route to the all-time BASS single-season money record, $208,900. Sometimes you get the unexpected, like a flying fish on the end of Tommy Biffle's line.
Come here, fish.
Randy Blockett has a classic hook set, plants his feet, and rocks the boat.
Ah, son. Man, I think that did it, boys, right there.
Guido Hibden scores high on style points. A good hook set, plays to the camera and the fans. Go, go, Guido. If videotaping a plastic worm fisherman, being ready is easier. There's always a telltale tap, as David Fritz alerts us. But David, be careful. Try to stay in the boat. Getting a 10-pound bass on tape is rare on the Bassmaster Tournament Trail. Randy Dearman landed back-to-back 10-pounders for our Bassmasters Boanello. First on the weigh-in stage. Then watch what happens the next morning.
Thank you, son.
Sam Rayburn Reservoir in East Texas may be the best trophy bass lake in the country. For big bass action, cameraman Boanello couldn't agree more. But as North Carolina pro Guy Aker knows, you can go from a big bass hero to a zero in tournament fishing, and a little fun in the editing room.
Well, that's some prize picks from our Bassmaster Video Trophy Room. But here's the all-time greatest hook set. Jimmy Nolan, fishing in the 1991 Bassmaster BP Top 100 tournament at Lake Sam Rayburn.
Quick thinking, Jimmy, to recover your rod and reel and that bass. As a matter of fact, Jim Nolan weighed in 86 pounds in the tournament at Rayburn to set a top 100 record. However, this bass didn't help a bit. He culled the 2.5-pounder, but it's a keeper for our Bassmasters highlights reel. Coming up next, the bittersweet story of how Jim Bitter let the Bassmasters Classic slip out of his fingers. But first, a tip of our hat to Ray Scott's Bassmaster Casting Kid of the Week.
Hello, Bassmasters. My name is Kyler Edgehouse, and I am from Castledale.
As one of 10 national finalists, Kyler Edgehouse of Utah had to compete against 150,000 other kids. This 8-year-old scored 140 out of a possible 150 to win the Western Division Casting Kids 7 to 10 age group. As the youngest finalist at the Nationals, Kyler tied for third. Local BASS Federation clubs conduct the qualifying for Casting Kids events ages 7 to 14. Our congratulations to Kyler Edgehouse, a good casting kid.
When we set out to build the world's best ATV, we chose our role model carefully. the new Big Bear and Big Bear 4x4 from Yamaha. Because out here, bears rule.
My name is Marjorie. I'm 65 and on Medicare. I use insulin to control my diabetes, and I'm low on my diabetic testing supplies. I should be driving to the drugstore now, but I'm not. Medicare covers my supplies, and I could be filling out these forms now, but I'm not. I could be paying out of pocket for all my daily testing supplies, but I'm not. Thanks again. Liberty Medical does it all for me.
Great news. Now Medicare covers diabetic testing supplies for everyone who tests their blood sugar. Get free home delivery with a cost bill directly to Medicare. You'll have no upfront out-of-pocket expense, no trips to the drugstore, no forms to file.
I could be just a little pressed for time and cash, but I'm not.
For more information on home delivery, call Liberty Medical, 1-800-766-8500. That's 1-800-766-8500. You'll save money and time.
Of all classic weigh-ins, none matches the '89 championship for high drama. Jim Bitter is trying desperately to hold on to the lead, and Hank Parker is making a charge from 8th place.
I'm nervous. Don't do it slow. I know how a man feels on death row. I've been sitting out there for about 30 minutes. I'm about to have a heart attack. Put him on the scale, Dewey.
Hold on just a minute. We're not going to do it. Just a second.
Come on, put him on the scale.
I just got to ask you one question. You realize that 13 pounds will put you in the lead?
Put him on the scale. Let's see what I got.
All right, put him on the scale.
Now Jim Bitter's catch goes on the scales.
6'10" to win. 6'10" to win. All right, watch it. For the Bassmasters Classic 1989. 6 pounds, 7 ounces. 6'7". I made it for you, buddy.
Hank Parker holds the classic trophy. But unfortunately, Jim Bitter will forever remember this as the classic he lost, rather than the one Hank won. For Jim had the winning bass in his boat. Heartbreaking memory for Jim Bitter, but a classic clip on any highlights reel. Thanks to Dick Worth, a cameraman on assignment for BASS News at the James River Championship.
6 years later, the Bassmaster Tournament Trail returns to the James River. And we asked Jim Bitter about that bittersweet time in '89.
Bob, I don't really feel bad about it at all. I mean, at the time I did, but it's just something that happened, and you can't change it. I don't think I did anything wrong. I mean, I've seen 100 people handle fish the same way, and it could happen to anybody anytime. It might happen to me again, but I doubt it. It's just one of those strange things. I never really left it bother me after the first couple of weeks. It really kind of seems funny. And I've never lost my love of this river. I like this river the first time I ever put my boat in on it. For some reason, it seems easy for me to fish. really don't know why. It just seems so predictable where you're going to find a fish. And it's just a matter of moving around till you find a little wad of biting ones. The year I was here in the Classic, I had just as many fish in about 6 or 7 creeks. I just picked this one because it was the biggest, and I thought the pressure would hurt it the least. And basically, that's why I'm here now. It's the same reason. It's the biggest, and a lot of deep water in it. It can hold a lot of fish.
For sure, Jim's not lost his desire to compete. He's won 4 times since the Classic mishap, and in one case by the margin of, you guessed it, 2 ounces.
Get up here. He's 18.3. He's got it, 18 pounds, 4 ounces. Can you believe it? Can you believe it?
There's one.
Right now, it's time for the Pros Pointer, the how-to section of the Bassmasters.
Yeah.
Brought to you by
Good fish.
Wrangler Rugged Wear, geared for the outdoors.
Another little trick that I use a lot in spinnerbait fishing is adding a little rubber core sinker right to the shank of the main spinnerbait hook. And why I do that is to add a little extra weight to maybe get a spinnerbait a little deeper, or more often, I'm going to use it on a smaller spinnerbait so I can reel it faster. In clear water, the speed of the retrieve is so critical. The faster I can make that bait move without it coming to the top or rolling over, the more strikes I can trigger. So I'll have that weight on there, and it'll catch some more fish for me. It's just another little tool you got to have in your tackle box to make a few more bites at the end of the day.
Thanks for the truck, Dad.
What'd you do?
Not much.
Where'd you go?
Kurtz?
You still talking about moving that old barn?
No.
The best long-term quality of any full-sized pickup belongs to Chevy.
Had a scratch?
Nope.
Chevy, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road.
Next week, be on board as the Bassmasters head to Old Hickory Lake in Hendersonville, Tennessee for the Kmart Bassmaster Megabuck Shootout. There's big bucks and big bass on the line as the pros go after $517,000. The top 10 finalists fish off on a 10-hole-like golf course right in full view of spectators. Defending champion Doug Garrett goes after another $100,000 payoff. For the Bassmasters, I'm Bob Cobb. See you next week. You ain't sniffing this, are you?
I will never forget this, guys. I will never...
In Fisherman Television, next on TNN Outdoors.
We're here at a demonstration asking internet users to compare Cox at Home to their current internet provider.
The speed of Cox is instantaneous.
This doesn't take up a phone line. It doesn't stop you from watching TV either.
With the direct connection and not having to log on, it saves me time.
Images that took minutes, 2 minutes to download, we're up within a matter of 2 to 3 seconds.
The choice is clear. Over 99% of internet users surveyed agree Cox at Home is faster than their current provider.
Call or email us to connect to Cox at Home.
Cox Communications brings world-class entertainment to your home and great values in this month's cable bill. Thrills and spills await you. Save $4 on a one-day admission ticket when you redeem this coupon at Busch Gardens. You can be a part of the excitement of the MBNA Gold 200 on September 19th when you send in this offer from Dover Downs. If it's fun, it's here at Go Karts Plus. Check out their 3 exciting tracks when you redeem these coupons for 3 free tickets. Information, value, entertainment, choice. Yours on Cox Communications.
No, even a bass man like Bill Dance needs a break from the monotony of scenic destinations, endless days on the water, and catching trophy bass. So recently, Bill headed off to SeaWorld to lay back with one of his buddies who's on the staff there. What's our end of the deal? A behind-the-scenes look at the country's most popular marine park and a rare visit with Shamu and friends. Up next, in Fisherman Television, on the home of the experts, TNN Outdoors.
This is TNN Outdoors.
Nothing can churn up standings on the pro circuit like a trip to Oahe Reservoir in South Dakota. Here, seasons are spun in circles, and the angler who is not careful will find himself cast to the winds. That's the nature of this Western impoundment. Savvy contestants can weigh giant catches, but wrong strategic moves will spell snake eyes to other capable pros. Join us from the eye of the storm as the best walleye anglers in North America reveal their secrets to catching big fish on Western reservoirs.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's go fishing!
It's the 1998 In Fisherman Professional Walleye Trail. Brought to you by the Walleye Insider magazine, the first and last word in walleye fishing. Join the biggest names in the fastest growing sport in fishing today for the latest in hot new techniques and locations that will make you the best walleye angler you can be.
Here's a fish.
That is a big walleye.
Nice, nice.
And now, from the cutting edge of walleye fishing, here's your host for today's show, Tournament Master of Ceremonies, Jim O'Rourke.
Welcome to Lake Oahe and beautiful Lighthouse Point Resort. You know, every time we come to Oahe, we learn more about walleye movements and how to fish for them on big reservoirs. For instance, trolling crankbaits was a virtually untouched technique here until the PWT made its first visit in 1992. That's when Tom Zanenko executed an amazing come-from-behind win fishing for suspended walleyes. Since then, Ron Seeloff has won twice pulling plugs, once on points and the second time along shoreline breaks. Finally, 2 years ago, Mark Broombaugh discovered an untapped pattern of deep walleyes 50 feet and deeper, again pulling crankbaits. These were some groundbreaking discoveries that impacted the sport of walleye fishing in these western reservoirs. What new secrets will Lake Oahe give up during this tournament? We'll find out, so stay tuned.
A lot of industry experts told us that the passenger side was the best place to add a third door. We got still more advice insisting that the driver's side was the only logical choice. But as you can see, we let it all go right in one ear and out the other. Introducing the new Dodge Ram Quad Cab. The rules have changed.
Visit your champion dealer today and see why we're the best by any measure.
This segment of the In Fisherman Professional Walleye Trail is brought to you by the Walleye Insider magazine, the first and last word in walleye fishing. Welcome back to the Power Bait Lubramatic Midwest Pro-Am from Pierre, South Dakota on the shores of massive Oahe Reservoir. This is the 6th time the In-Fisherman Professional Walleye Trail has visited Lake Oahe. But unlike golf and other sports where the course stays the same from season to season, fishing, especially on reservoirs, changes drastically with each event.
Things are a lot different out here. Well, you got to realize we're here a month and a half earlier than we was last year when I was out here at this time when I won the tournament trolling lead core. And this year I'm not marking the fish out in the areas where I was catching them last year. My understanding is when they dropped the lake level back down this winter, they was drawing a lot of water, and when the smelt moved back down this into the lake for the winter, a lot of them got sucked through the dam. So the fish you catch are pretty hungry, but a lot of them's not as big as what they were.
It's never been one at the south end of the lake, and actually I'm predicting that it'll be probably the south half of the lake, the last 15 miles. Fish seem to be a little healthier up here, a little stronger. So, I don't know, it's going to be interesting.
Also, unlike recent years on Oahe, crankbait trolling will probably not be a major factor. The big fish are holding tight to structure and feeding on localized schools of minnows, perch, or crawfish, as opposed to the meandering pods of smelt that were so abundant in years past. So for most of the pros, it's back to the presentation basics, such as Missouri River bottom bouncers or jigs tipped with live bait. The first of 3 days of competition finds many of the pros on their way to a 6-fish limit. Walleyes are being caught north and south along the reaches of Oahe. While some large fish are going into the wells, many of the contestants are only able to find smaller fish in the 15 to 17-inch range. This year, Class of Eyes bodes well for the future of Lake Oahe, but won't go very far toward winning the $50,000 worth of champion boat and cash that will be awarded to the top pro.
Here we are. It's day one of the Midwest Pro-Am on Lake Oahe. And after a practice period that saw a thunderstorm, electrical storm, one after another roll through here, high winds, even a tornado, we come out here on day one, we've got flat, calm, high skies, 90 degrees, perfect condition, and the fish are biting. We've got Dan Steer in the background here. Dan's one of the top PWT pros, but this is also his home water. Dan guides here, and he's got a limit in the boat already. He's got about 20 pounds. He hasn't even been to his big fish yet. He's going to head there in a little bit, try and upgrade him. We'll see how he does.
Most of the larger walleyes are coming from the lower sections of the reservoir, where the remaining vestiges of smelt are swimming. Jack Wills Jr. of Warren, Pennsylvania, has put 6 good fish in the boat. Gary Parsons, well-known Wisconsin pro, also has been putting some respectable walleyes aboard. Parsons is one of the winningest pros on the PWT, but in recent years, he's been through a dry spell bigger than the Dakota Badlands. For 2 excruciatingly long seasons running, Gary failed to make the 40-person cut to go to the championship. Does this big basket of fish signal Gary's comeback? Or one more missed opportunity?
Folks, let's roll this one. 28.33, your current leader, Gary Parsons.
Parsons takes the lead by 3 pounds over Pennsylvania pro Jack Wills.
When I get to the reservoirs, I look at it as an opportunity to make up some weight because they're big enough. You can usually get off by yourself, find a good school of fish, and not have to share them with other people. And so I was looking at this as an opportunity. In practice, I wasn't really sure how good I would do. I never sit and pound on fish. A lot of the guys will say, oh, I caught 30 pounds today or I caught 20 pounds today. I normally can't tell you that in a reservoir because if I start seeing good fish and then catch 1 or 2, I leave. And I never know the potential of a spot until the first day of the tournament. And, you know, the name of the game for me is getting numbers of spots to last throughout the course of 3 days.
Serious walleye anglers, for cutting-edge tips, tactics, and locations, the Walleye Insider magazine covers it all. For more information on this must-read publication, call toll-free 1-888-WALLEYE. We'll be back with more from the Powerbait Lubrimatic Midwest Pro-Am after these words.
Pinnacle pros Ron Shuffield and Ted Takasaki talk about the nearly backlash-free Vision Reels.
The Small Vision 5, for those times when you have to use light line, but need the strength and power of a precision bait casting reel.
And these fishing reels, they come in the medium size 10, the large size 20, and the extra large size 30. They're easy to cast and nearly backlash-free. See the full line of easy-to-cast Vision reels at a dealer near you.
When you're on the water as much as I am, you can run into some mighty painful situations. That's why I use this great TheraPick to stop pain and itch of insect bites and stings. Just apply it to the affected area, press the button, and hold for 30 seconds. You'll feel the soothing heat immediately. TheraPick is medically proven effective and safe. It's drug-free pain relief for your entire family. TheraPick, instant relief from insect stings and bites. Guaranteed.
TheraPick is available at most sporting goods retailers.
Grady & Son make the sweetest steaks around, the Gazette. Grady & Son's marinade gives their steaks zing, the Gazette. Grady & Son cherish the secret to their tangy marinade, the Gazette.
Our secret is A1 sweet and tangy.
Grady and daughter make the sweetest steaks around, the Gazette. The secret to great steak isn't just for great steakhouses anymore. A1, a marinade, a seasoning, a 136-year-old secret.
So many fish. So little time. That's why Kmart and the Bass Anglers Sportsman Society have joined in an exclusive partnership to give you the know-how and the gear that can be the difference between fishing and catching fish. BASS and Kmart. We're talking serious fishing here. Day 2 of the Power Bait Lubramatic Midwest Pro-Am finds two-time Angler of the Year Gary Parsons trying to end a 2-year absence from the winner's circle. Parsons, looking for big fish, is working deeper than most of the other anglers in depths approaching 60 feet. Nearby, in the same section of the reservoir, Pennsylvania's Jack Wills Jr., holding down second place, once again tangles with a big Oahe walleye.
We just pulled up on second place pro Jack Wills Jr. from Pennsylvania. We watched him boat a nice 5-pounder. Now, these pros are always looking for some kind of an edge, and Jack's got one. During the practice period, he was fishing with his dad, and his dad was spraying the bait with an attractant and smoking Jack about 3-to-1 on the fish. So, what's Jack doing? He's spraying the bait. We'll see how he does at today's weigh-in.
Harry Stiles of Pierre, South Dakota, is going to be one of the leaders as well if he keeps landing walleyes like this. One of the few anglers doing well in the upper reaches of the reservoir is transplanted Texan Kent Hutchison, who lands a big walleye from a sunken island in the Cheyenne Arm. But overall, the bigger fish have been coming from nearer the dam. Gary Parsons is fishing large creek shove minnows behind a bottom bouncer. Bait selection can be a major key to success when fishing reservoirs. Some of the pros will literally spend hours sorting through minnows to find the quality bait they feel will trigger the right fish. One of Gary Parsons' secrets to success in the past has been his willingness to try the unorthodox. While pre-fishing with his son Chase, Gary discovered by accident that if after he missed a fish, he would reel up the bait 10 feet or so, the walleye, or another walleye in the school, would often slam the creek shove with a vengeance as it wiggled suspended in the water column. Gary has used this ploy to convert a number of missed fish into wave fish.
We just watched Gary Parsons set the hook on a good fish, brought it up about 10 feet, then he lost it. But what was really interesting at that point is he dropped back down to that same fish and got him to take it again here just a few seconds later. He told us that he stumbled on this technique during the practice period. These fish are so aggressive that when he misses them, he drops right back. He's using these big chubs, drops right back to him, and he says more often than not, they come right back and sock it again. The fish ended up being a 5-pounder, and it's in his live well now. It's heading for the weigh-in.
Jack Wills, Parsons' nemesis on day 1, has another live well full of big walleyes. But tournament fishing, perhaps more so than other sports, is a game fraught with mental errors. And Jack is about to make a big one. As other pros return for the first flight of the weigh-in, Jack is afflicted with the one more cast syndrome, and he fails to quit fishing in time for the weigh-in. This error in judgment will cost him his weight for the day. It's the kind of mistake an angler will make only once. The result? Gary Parsons will remain in the lead by 3 pounds. Snapping at Gary's heels, though, are a tough cadre of Dakota pros, the likes of Dave Spade, Harry Styles, Mike McClelland, and Dan Steer. Parsons has quite a workload in store for him tomorrow if he wants to break out of his slump. And now, from the pages of the Walleye Insider magazine, here's the Hot Topics department. The term walleye boat is a misnomer. Actually, a good walleye boat is, in fact, a great all-around fishing boat. Designed with high gunnels and a deep V hull, these craft are suited to fishing big water as well as shallow. In fact, the only situation where specialized rigs such as bass boats might excel over a walleye boat is in extremely shallow water of less than a foot. Whether an angler is using the deck as a mere casting platform or using the whole vessel as part of the presentation, such as with trolling or drifting, a walleye boat will accommodate the presentation. And most walleye boats are equipped for live bait presentations with live wells suitable for bait storage. With electric troll motors fore and aft, you've got more or less complete boat control. Add a kicker motor, and you can keep fishing in the roughest of conditions. So whether you fish for crappies, salmon, walleyes, bass, or muskies, you can operate efficiently and safely from a well-constructed walleye boat. So many points, so little time. Locating walleyes on reservoirs can be an intimidating prospect. But in this tip presented by the folks at Lubramatic, we'll find out that there are some shortcuts.
You know, what I look for in reservoirs, western reservoirs, I'd have to call it structure. And the structure, the majority of the time, is going to be extended finger points coming from the shoreline. They're pretty easy to find. I like to go maybe 100 yards offshore with the boat. Carefully, you know, you have to watch out so you don't hit bottom if a point extends up too far. But I'll run pretty fast, and I'll watch my depth finder. And when the bottom comes up and then goes down, I'll go back and take a look at that point. That way, the short points are eliminated right away. The only ones I'm dealing with are the major pieces of structure. And then I'll take the graph, and I'll go shallow to deep, work myself all the way out to the tip, and I'm looking for fish along the way. Look for fish on top or along the sides, try to figure out what depths they're in. And if it looks like it's an interesting enough piece of structure with enough fish on it, then I'll stop and I'll fish them. And usually I'll use a bottom bouncer and a leech, or a bottom bouncer and a minnow or a crawler or something along those lines.
When making long runs and eliminating unproductive fishing water, be sure that your boat's motor is properly maintained and lubricated with an oil that won't void the manufacturer's warranty. Like Lubramatic, the official lubricant of the In-Fisherman Professional Walleye Trail. We'll be back with some hardcore reservoir fishing after these words.
This is heavy fish out.
To catch big honkers like this.
Do you want to catch more walleyes like these? Then you need a copy of this, the Walleye Insider magazine. Call toll-free 1-800-290-1236 now, and you get a free copy. That's right, a free copy devoted entirely to helping you catch more and bigger walleyes. In every issue, the world's top walleye fishermen keep you up to date on the latest equipment, tackle, and techniques. You get the scope on where to go for the hottest walleye fishing around the country. Plus, you get exclusive coverage of the professional walleye tournament, and you'll learn the techniques and tactics of the big money winners. Call 1-800-290-1236 now, and we'll send you a free issue, plus an offer to get 5 more issues for only $9.97. You save 43% off the newsstand price, or just return the invoice marked cancel and owe nothing. The free issue is yours to keep. Start catching more walleyes. Call 1-800-290-1236 for your free issue of Walleye Insider now.
Want to color your gray beard or mustache and get a natural look? It's easy with Just for Men Gel.
You look so natural, no one can tell with Just for Men Gel. No one can tell with Just for Men Gel.
It's not regular hair coloring. It's specially made to penetrate that coarse, hard-to-color gray. Simply brush in and in 5 minutes, rinse. Now gray is gone, matched up to the rest of your hair.
You look so natural, no one can tell with Just for Men Gel.
Well, we build marine winches here and marine deck equipment. My boots, they're very important. I got to walk around all day in them. They better be comfortable and they better be right. These are my feet.
You have to have the equipment to match the environment. Bottom line.
Wolverine DuraShocks, the world's most comfortable boots, guaranteed.
We're not talking about a new kid on the block here. Wolverine's been around a long time.
I got enough hard work to do here in a day that I don't need my feet hurt.
Tonight on TNN Outdoors.
Yes.
Find out the secrets the pros use when one of America's leading fishermen, Bill Dance, takes you along to some of the best fishing locations in the country.
Now, here's something else you might find interesting.
Bill will show you the latest techniques and how to use the newest products.